Unfair dismissal against banks. Now the banks are going to close all of my bank accounts, but I'm prepared to take that risk. So here goes. Hi, my name is Aslam Moolla and I am a registered attorney. In today's video, we're going to be talking about unfair dismissal cases against banks. What are the important things that you need to know? So the Labor Relations Act also applies to banks, meaning that banks have to ensure that they comply with the requirements for a dismissal in terms of the Labor Relations Act. What are those requirements? Very briefly, every dismissal must be procedurally fair and substantively fair. What that means is that before the bank can dismiss you, the bank must follow a proper procedure in dismissing you, and the bank must also have a fair reason for dismissing you. If one of those two aspects are missing, then your dismissal is unfair and can be successfully challenged at the CCMA. Now, we've done extensive videos going into much more detail how to determine procedural fairness and substantive fairness. More on this can be found on our YouTube channel. In our experience, we find that banks usually have compliance checklists and processes. In other words, they generally follow the right procedure, but where they fall short is on the reasons for the dismissal. So that is, in our view, an aspect that you must focus on. What we mean by that is you need to make sure that in your particular scenario, the bank has the right reasons in law for dismissing you. What we call that is substantive fairness in labor law. How to determine if the bank has the right reasons in law for dismissing you? This depends on the reason for your dismissal. For example, were you dismissed for misconduct? Were you retrenched from work? Is it poor work performance? Is it a constructive dismissal? Each form of dismissal has its own particular requirements, and you will have to determine whether or not your dismissal fits into those requirements. Another important takeaway is to make sure that you understand that if you are dismissed for dishonesty and you are working for a bank, then there is a high probability that your name is going to be listed on the R.E.D.S database. The R.E.D.S database is a service that all the major banks subscribe to, where they list the names of employees who've been dismissed for dishonesty. If your name is on that database, your chances of finding employment within the banking sector again are extremely slim. Therefore, it is important that you challenge the case and that you actively fight to clear your name if you are being charged for dishonesty. In summary, banks must comply with the Labor Relations Act. In other words, they have to follow the procedure and they have to have fair reasons for the dismissal. If you are charged for dishonesty, make sure that you fight the case and clear your name, otherwise you can be listed on the R.E.D.S database. If you need help in your situation, whether that's preparing for the disciplinary hearing or taking the case further, either to the CCMA or the Labour Court, you're more than welcome to click the link below and book an appointment with our office. I wish you all the best and I'll speak to you soon.